Hello everyone, welcome back to Pably. The title of our today's video is How to Automate Resignation Acceptance Letters with Google Sheets and Gmail. So I wish that as soon as the details of my employees are added in the Google Sheets, automatically a letter should be generated in Google Docs. And further, that letter should be converted in PDF and shared to my employee on Gmail. For this, we have to create an integration between Google Sheets, Google Docs and Google Drive and then Gmail. To create this integration, we are using Pably Connect. It is an amazing automation software. In Pably, we have the concept of trigger in action. So for trigger, we are using Google Sheets, and for actions, we are using Google Docs, Google Drive and Gmail. If you want to learn this process step by step, follow me through the screen. Welcome to my screen. So as you know, in this video you are going to learn how to automate resignation acceptance letters with Google Sheets and Gmail. So I am the HR manager of HireRight, and I wish that as soon as I enter the details of the employees whose resignation I have accepted in my Google Sheets, automatically resignation acceptance letters of my employees should be generated and sent to my employees in the PDF form on their Gmail account. For this, we are going to create an integration between Google Sheets, Google Docs, Google Drive and then Gmail. To create this integration, we are going to use Pably. It's an amazing automation software. To start with this integration, we are going to open a new tab and search for pably.com/connect. And then we are going to click on enter. And yes, you can see that we have opened the landing page of Pably, and over here we have two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you will get 100 of tasks free every month. But I am an existing user, so I am going to click on sign in. And then it is opening all Pably apps. Over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pably. But in today's video we are going to use Pably Connect because we want to connect certain applications, that is Google Sheets, Google Docs, Google Drive and Gmail. So I'm going to click on access now. And now it is opening my dashboard, and to start with the automation we are going to click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So I want to save the workflow in this folder which says automation, and I want to name my workflow as Automate Resignation Acceptance Letters with Google Sheets and Gmail. And then I'm going to click on create. And yes, you can see that we have opened our workflow window. This is the most important window of our automation because we have trigger in action in this. Trigger means when this happens, in action means do this. By this, you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the command. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So over here, we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the command of our trigger. And now I'm going to select my trigger application as Google Sheets. And then my trigger event as new or updated spreadsheet row. And then it is giving me a webhook URL, and also it has given me certain steps. So to connect this, we are going to open our Google Sheets, and as you can see, name of my Google Sheet is Resignation Acceptance Employees, and over here are the details of my employees. So first I'll go on extension and then add-ons, and then I'll click on get add-ons. And then we are going to search for Pably Connect webhooks. And yes, you can see that over here, Pably Connect webhooks has opened and I have already installed this. So if you want to install this, you can click over here. And then you will get an option over here, install. So after installing this, we'll go on extensions and over here you will see Pably Connect webhooks. After that, we'll go on initial setup. And now it is asking me the webhook URL. So we'll go to our workflow, copy the webhook URL and then paste it in my Google Sheets. And then it is asking the trigger column. So as you can see that it is written, the trigger column will be your final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of the row data will be sent to webhook URL. And as you can see that I have added my data till E. So I'll select E over here and then click on submit. And yes, you can see that we have successfully created this setup, and now we are going to click on send test. And it is saying test data sent successfully. So we'll open our Pably's workflow. And yes, you can see that Pably has captured our response. Over here are all the details that we have entered in our Google Sheets. This means that our trigger step is successful, and as soon as a new data is added, this workflow would be triggered. And now we are going on to our action step. For our action application, first we are going to select Google Docs. And then for the action event, we are going to select create document from template. And then we are going to click on connect. And now it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your Google Docs account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection. But I am going to click on add a new connection and then sign in with Google. And now I selected my Gmail account and I am going to click on allow. And yes, we can see that we have successfully connected our Google Docs account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me the template document. So as you know, the name of our document is Resignation Acceptance Letter. So we'll select Resignation Acceptance Letter over here. And now it is asking me new document's name. So I want that the new document's name should be the name of my employee and then Resignation Acceptance Letter. So we are going to map the name of my employee over here first. So as you know, mapping means inserting the data from the previous step, and our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Google Sheets as our trigger application. So we are going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. So I'll open the response. And over here you can see the name of my employee. So I'll map this, put a space and then Resignation Acceptance Letter. So the name of my document will be Demo User Resignation Acceptance Letter. And now it is asking me for the new document location. And over here you can see that I've created certain folders and I've created a folder named Resignation Acceptance Letter. So I want that the letter should be saved in this folder. So I'll select the new document's location as Resignation Acceptance Letter. And then we are going to map the details that we have added in the letter, that is the name, the mail received, the post and the effective date. As you can see that I have entered the details in curly brackets. This means that details would be dynamic and this will change with every new employee. So as soon as I will add a new employee's name over here, automatically these details will change and all of my employees will receive a personalized acceptance letter. So we are going to map all these details. So first we are going to map the name as demo user, the mail received date as this, and then the post as HR manager and the effective date as this. So after mapping all these details, I'm going to click on save and send test request. And yes, you can see that we have received a positive response and over here we have received the document ID. This is the ID which we will need in our next action step. So our next action step would be Google Drive. We are selecting Google Drive over here because we want to convert the document into PDF file. So we'll select Google Drive. And then it is asking for the action event. So we are going to select the action event as share a file with anyone. And then we are going to click on connect. Again, it will ask you to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your Google Drive account, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But I'm going to click on add a new connection and then sign in with Google. After selecting my Gmail, again I'm going to click on allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for because Pabbly is secure. And yes, you can see that we have successfully connected our Google Drive account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is saying file ID. So for this file ID, we are going to map our document ID from here to convert that document into the PDF format. So I'll first switch on this, which is map. And then I'm going to erase this. And from our action step, we are going to map the document ID, which is this. After mapping my document ID, I'm going to click on save and send test request. And yes, you can see that we have received a positive response and over here we have received a PDF link. This is the PDF link of our document. This means that our document is converted into PDF. So this step was successful and then we are going to click on plus again. And again for the action application, I am going to select Gmail. And for the action event, we are going to select send email. And then we are going to click on connect. And again, it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your Gmail account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But I'm going to click on add a new connection and then connect with Gmail. After selecting my account, I'm going to click on continue. And yes, you can see that we have successfully connected our Gmail with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me the recipient email. So we are going to map the recipient email from our Google Sheets response. That is demo@pabblytudes.com. And then it is asking for CC and BCC. So I'm going to leave these fields blank. And then for the sender's name, I'm going to enter Higher Right. Because as you can see, the name of my company is Higher Right. After that, for the email subject, I'm going to enter Resignation Acceptance Letter. and then we are going to leave this field blank, and then it is asking me for the email content type. So I'll select it as plain. And then it is asking me for the email content. So I'll write my email content. And yes, you can see that I have already drafted an email over here. And we are going to map some details like employee name, mail received, post and effective date over here. We are going to map this because we want with every new email and with every new employee, these details should be dynamic and these details should change and every employee should receive a more personalized email. So for the employee name, I'm going to map demo user, and for the mail received date, I'm going to map the date. We are going to add certain spaces between, and then for the post, we are going to map HR manager, and then for the effective date, again we are going to map the effective date as this. After mapping all these details and giving the proper spaces between these details, I will move forward. So now it is asking me the file name. So for this, I'll again map the data from my Google Drive. And over here, you can see the file name as demo user resignation acceptance letter. And then it is asking me for the attachment. So we are going to open the Google Drive response, search for PDF over here. And yes, you can see here is the PDF file. So we are going to map this. After mapping the attachment, giving the file name, entering the email content, and mapping the email address of our employee, we are going to click on Save and Send Test Request. And yes, you can see result status sent. This is a positive response. So we are going to open our email account. And yes, you can see resignation acceptance letter. Here's the mail that we drafted. And we received a PDF file. So we'll open this file. And yes, you can see the demo name and the demo dates have also been changed in our template. And also the position of our employee, as we mapped all these in curly brackets in our document. This means that our automation is successful, and we'll just try the workflow once again and I'll give you a real-time example. So first we'll go to our Google Sheets and we are going to enter the dummy details. So we are going to write the name as test user, and then the email as test@pablitudes.com, post as BDM, and then the mail received date as, and the effective date as. After entering all these details, we'll open our drive. And yes, you can see that we have received a new resignation acceptance letter with the new name as test user. And over here you can see the details have been changed. And now we are going to open our mail. And yes, you can see that we have received the mail too with the same mail that we drafted, but the details are changed like the position, the effective date and the mail received date. And also we are going to open this PDF as test user resignation acceptance letter. So we'll just summarize our workflow once. So for our trigger application, we selected Google Sheets. For our trigger event, we selected new or updated spreadsheet rows. And then for our action application, we selected Google Docs. And for our action event, we selected create document from template. We created a document and then we wanted to create that document into a PDF file. So we selected Google Drive as our action application and share a file with anyone as our action event. And then we wanted to send that file on Gmail. So we selected our action application as Gmail and action event as sent email. With this, our automation is successful. And if you have any query related to the workflow or the video, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone the workflow and share the workflow link in the description box. Thank you for watching. Not only these two applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can integrate many more applications. Now, if you have any doubt, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find this video helpful, do like and subscribe our channel for more such automations. Thank you.